10 weeks after our investigation of the MTA's treatment of disabled riders, we go undercover again. The question, has anything changed since our investigation aired in May? The MTA has developed a refresher course for drivers on how to use the securements for wheelchairs.
The MTA also hopes to expand its program using undercover investigators on board MTA buses looking for violations. A lot has changed on paper, at least, but is it enough? Our David Ono is here with a follow-up to his exclusive investigation. David?
Well, one of the questions we keep coming back to is who is responsible for monitoring the MTA's compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act? The answer is the Federal Transit Administration. But it turns out the FTA has only conducted one so-called civil rights review of the MTA ever, and it did not look at issues faced by wheelchair riders. So has the MTA shaped up since our investigation aired? We went undercover once again to find out.
We looked right at each other, but she just kept on going.
We watched as this MTA bus slowed down, but then passed right by 52-year-old Cindy Soto.
That makes me mad, and also in a way, it makes me feel like a second-class citizen, because that's how people treat us.
Cindy is a quadriplegic confined to a wheelchair all her life.
I have no use of my hands. I cannot move anything below my shoulders. Operator, can I be secured, please?
Cindy was there when Metro board members ordered the MTA to overhaul its treatment of disabled riders. It was the result of our investigation.
The expose that ABC television had done on the failure of the MTA.
I have had drivers tell me to just hold on. Tell them I can't move.
That may sound familiar if you saw Judy Griffin's experience in the first part of our investigation.
But the reason I'm in a wheelchair is that my hands don't work.
See this chair?
That's what that's for. See my hands?
Yeah, I just got it from the supervisor.
The supervisor said just
hold on to the chair.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I don't even eat by myself, so how am I going to hang on to the wheelchair?
It's a violation of federal law, the Americans with Disabilities Act, to not provide equal access to public transportation for people with disabilities. And that means all MTA buses must be equipped with working equipment to secure wheelchairs, and MTA drivers must be trained on how to use the securements.
Do they give you guys training?
Not really.
So we set out again with hidden cameras, some attached to wheelchairs, to see if anything had changed. Is the equipment meant to secure wheelchair riders now being maintained?
It's not working.
It's not going to.
It's not working. It won't catch.
The seatbelt won't catch?
It won't catch.
Oh boy. That's not good.
This is not going to reach.
What's happening back there?
I can't get it.
Why?
Because I can't.
It just works. Some of these don't work.
No, it won't.
It won't reach.
Over your chair.
And are MTA drivers being more sensitive to the needs of disabled riders?
That's all I can do.
But wait a second.
No.
Cindy faces the same problem as Judy. She has no core control to hold herself up.
Yeah, but I need the straps on. I'm kind of weak, so I can't really hold myself up. I do not want to be a flying object when they have to slam on the brakes.
These crash test videos show what can happen when a wheelchair rider is not properly secured.
That person can come flying out of the wheelchair, and that can cause serious and sometimes even fatal injuries.
Dr. Larry Schneider studies wheelchair safety at the University of Michigan Transportation Research Institute. This video shows what can happen when a bus makes a fast turn.
And you see the wheelchairs kind of go tumbling all over inside the bus.
But when this city bus crashed last year, there were 2 disabled riders on board. Both were properly secured and neither one was hurt. We wanted to know how often wheelchairs tip over aboard MTA buses. Eyewitness News obtained this document from the MTA's Accessibility Advisory Committee that states the average tip over of scooters is around 3 per week. We asked the MTA repeatedly to confirm or clarify this for us, So far, they've declined. We did obtain these 957 complaint reports. Each one is an alleged violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Wheelchair patron states the operator stopped but didn't open the doors. Operator refused to help secure her wheelchair. Wheelchair patron states the lift wasn't working. Operator pulled away before allowing a blind man enough time to sit down. Operator said bus was too full to board his wheelchair. Wheelchair patron stated his chair wasn't secured and it flew across the aisle. Operator looked at wheelchair patron, closed the doors, and pulled away from the curb. The operator let 5 passengers on the bus and then said, "Damn, I got a expletive wheelchair coming out." Operator yelled, "I don't pick up cripple people."
I feel angry because I know my civil rights.
The shoulder strap don't work, huh?
No, it makes me feel kind of small, like I'm not worthy. I'm not worth the effort to make sure that I have a safe ride.
Well, there is a voluntary industry standard for wheelchairs called WC19. These wheelchairs have been designed to make the securement of the chairs inside buses easier and therefore safer. If you'd like more information, log on to our website, abc7.com, and we will link you up.